Roberto De Zerbi, Tottenham boss, has not spoken to Bergvall. Luciano Spalletti claims Emiliano Martinez wants to leave Aston Villa. Eddie Howe says he doesn't know what will happen with Newcastle midfielder Bruno Guimaraes' future. And Arsenal are looking at a potential deal for Real Madrid winger Vinicius Jr. Here are your daily Premier League news headlines. Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel to another edition of the Daily Premier League News Headlines, where I'll be going through all the latest news, rumours and reports. My name's Lee The Dorset Spur, and if you are watching on YouTube, please like, comment and subscribe to the channel. If you're listening on an audio platform, please do hit that follow button and leave a review if you can. Okay, so let's get into it. Here are the main stories today. Tottenham boss Roberto De Zerbi has not spoken to Bergvall about his future, but says Spurs must find a new solution for the midfielder if he wants to leave. Sky Sports News understand the Sweden midfielder is determined to move on this summer. Nottingham Forest remain at the table for him, while Newcastle have held talks about figures with Spurs. Sky Sports News have been told that there is no attempt to convince Bergvall to stay at Spurs, despite sources at the club insisting they do not want to sell. De Zerbi has made it clear he only wants players who are happy to be at Spurs in his squad for the coming season. Asked about speculation with Bergvall and his inclusion in the pre-season squad is an indication about his future, De Zerbi said, "I have not spoken to Lucas yet. I will in the next days, and we will make the best decision for the club, for Lucas, for me, for every one of us, without problems. Lucas is a big talent. There will be big competition to play because at the end I think we will be two players for each position. If he wants to stay, I will be happy. Otherwise, we have to find a new solution with Johan Langer and with Vinay. It's not my business after the decision to leave." Arsenal are looking into a potential deal for Real Madrid winger Vinicius Jr. At this point, there have been no club-to-club contact, but the interest is real. Vinicius Jr. is one of a number of forward targets Arsenal are exploring, with Julian Alvarez, Yan Diamonde and Bradley Barcola also players of interest. Should I said Bradley Barcola, sorry. The Brazilian international 26 has entered the final year of his contract, and if an agreement cannot be found on the new deal, Real will be open to selling rather than lose him for free next summer. Juventus manager Luciano Spalletti claims Emiliano Martinez wants to leave Aston Villa, amid the Argentina's links to the touring club. Martinez has been linked with a move away from Aston Villa, who have also lost Yuri Tielemans and Morgan Rogers to high-profile moves away. Spalletti was quoted by Gazzetta dello Sport as saying, "Dibu Martinez, he's a goalkeeper who wants to change clubs and we are looking for competitiveness, but we currently have two keepers." Eddie Howe says he doesn't know what will happen with Newcastle midfielder Bruno Guimaraes' future. It has been confirmed to Sky Sports News that Guimaraes has told Newcastle he wants to leave to join Arsenal. Arsenal still haven't made direct contact with the club and instead explored the conditions of a deal through intermediaries, an approach which has left Newcastle frustrated as they try to gauge whether their interest is genuine. And boss Howe admits he is unsure whether Guimaraes will stay. "I have spoken to Bruno before, during and after the World Cup," he said. "We have had some really good conversations. He is just a fantastic person. I don't know what's going to happen with his future. That's for other people to speculate about. There's conversations I'm not part of. I don't think it's fair to compare to Isaac last summer. You've got to look at it in its own right. He's a captain of our club and been an unbelievable player through the whole time we have worked together. I speak on behalf of everyone at the club. We absolutely love him, and of course everyone would love him to stay. He's due back in the 31st, and there's nothing to say he won't be back." Paris Saint-Germain, Arsenal, Liverpool and Manchester City all remain interested in Yan Diamondo. With 6 weeks left of the transfer window, the speculation has been described as an open race by sources close to any potential deal. Real Madrid have now come to the table with an offer amid uncertainty around the future of Vinicius Jr. Brentford have made an inquiry about defender El Hadji Malik Diouf, but West Ham say he is not for sale. The left back is one of a number of players of interest to Brentford, although they have several current options in the position. Left back is not one of their top priorities, and the club make many such inquiries as they look to strengthen in multiple positions this summer. So, just some views on these stories. Well, the Lucas Bergvall one, I think the clear thing in here is what De Zerbi is saying. He wants players that want to be happy at Spurs and want to stay at Spurs. And if they're not happy and they want to move on, then off you go. So I think it's fairly simple from that point of view. So I think the conversation needs to be, do you want to stay and fight for your place? Are you committed to this club or not? If you're not, okay, let's find you something else. If you are, that's fine. We'll find a way. And I think that's a decision they have to make. And presumably, Bergvall knows where he is and what he wants in the future. And if he wants to go, quite frankly, I'm with the manager on this. If he wants to go, then go, because nobody wants a player who doesn't want to play for their football club. So let's move on from that. It's the same as Vuskovic. Vuskovic wanted to go to play. We'll soon see whether he is good enough when the season kicks off. So yeah, let's just leave it there. I think we've spoken enough about Lucas Bergvall, to be perfectly honest with you. This big one with Arsenal looking into a deal for Vinicius Jr. That would be, to be fair, that would be a very big statement signing. Arsenal obviously just won the league, very close to winning the Champions League. That's got to be their next goal, because obviously they don't have a particularly good pedigree in Europe. So they would really need to go all out and get those sorts of players. So I think it will be a great signing for them, a big signing. Is he the right sort of personality? Will he fit in there? Some say that he would. He's that sort of person. But yeah, that's just to see what happens there. And finally, this one from Eddie Howe feels a little bit like damage control. Speaking about Guimaraes being a great person and always a professional and all that kind of stuff, just feels a little bit like, trying to reduce the damage. If he does end up staying, doesn't want the fans to be hating on him and all that kind of stuff. So there may well be an opportunity for him to stay. But if he said he wants to go to Arsenal and Arsenal are interested, then he goes. It's as simple as that. Why wouldn't you? He's going to go to the champions and look to try to boost that squad and maybe gain some silverware for himself. That's what he's looking to do. And that's, of course, what Arsenal will be promising going forward. So whether that's to be achieved, that's a whole nother matter. From a Tottenham fan, I'm hoping not, but you never know, do you? Anyway, listen, thanks for watching and for listening. I hope you enjoyed it. If you're watching on YouTube, please like, comment and subscribe to the channel. If you're listening on an audio platform, please do hit that follow button and leave a review if you can. I'm Lee The Dorset Spur, and if you'd like to pop over and say hi on my channel, I'd be more than happy to have you there. I'm chasing down 3,000 subs before the start of the season. Not sure I'm going to get there, so if you do want to come over, I'll be grateful. If not, no worry. I'll see you on the next one. And as always, up the Spurs.